Chapter 44. Watching Irava. Toravon hisses when we cross the threshold into his father's bedchamber, pausing just inside. I feel it, and I'm not even looking with my weaver's senses, not consciously. I feel it again too, the seething malice, the frustration, the latent and lingering scream of a dying man who couldn't cry out. It's all still here, still fresh from being released from its bonds beneath the weaving of unreality. It will fade more quickly, I think, than it might have when it first happened, as time catches up with it. But for now, it's here. Toravon moves cautiously to the bed. I stand beside him as he reaches a hand over the covers, but doesn't touch them. He takes a deep breath, and I feel him moving into the rhythm that I taught him before. Calming, reaching out, sensing. I feel this too, he whispers. His voice is quavering. I want to step closer. I want to touch his arm, to do something. Anything to comfort him. I know what the pain in that bed feels like. But I stay where I am. He turns to me. His eyes are brimming, and it makes mine fill too. This is why I must continue my father's work, so he didn't die in vain. Wait. Yes, he said he was going to continue his father's work this afternoon. And what does that mean? And why is that tightening every sense in me? Why is that statement alone screaming danger? What are you doing this afternoon? I ask, dread squirming up from my stomach. He straightens, takes one last look at the bed, then waves me back out again. I've called a meeting of the council. My father's last wishes were never carried out. What he was planning to do for so many years. And it's a good work. It's a necessary work, because the people are the soul of the kingdom, and they've been crushed under the petty cruelties of bad nobility for far too long. Not all are bad, of course. Yes, but what are you going to do? I ask, turning as I step out of the bedchamber into his father's study. I think he said it before, but I'd been too focused on him, on what he was feeling, what he was thinking about me. He gives me an odd look, and I realize, as Caleb, I've stepped too far in how I've spoken with him. It's not my place at all here to demand anything of him. He shuts the door gently behind him and passes me on the way back to his own study. Redistribute some of the power of the crown and the nobility back to the common people. It will take time, years if it's done right, and many will think it's much easier and much better to just overthrow me or try to kill me. And this is why your father died? I ask, following him back into his own study. Why your mother? And Master Aldrich, apparently, or so you still think? All of this said calmly. He is definitely not processing this. He's clamped down on his emotions so hard now that he's barely breathing. Every movement tightly contained. I truly wish again for the anger. There was nothing in Master Aldrich's study, I say. Nothing I felt, no unreality. But I didn't have a chance to look deeply. And what was hidden in the dowager's bedchamber could be all the evidence there is. He tries to smooth his hair down, pulling it back into a queue as he leans against his desk again. He draws a silver clasp from his pants pocket, and I follow his hand all the way down as he does so. Heat blooming in my cheeks before I look away. only following what he's doing out of the corner of my eye. Hair clasped back and somewhat tamed again. He crosses his arms, frowning at me. And now the anger's coming back when he's looking at me. He's a wall of glowering, growing fury again. Thank you for uncovering the weaving in my father's bedchamber, but I don't like at all what you did in my mother's. If she'd come in, or if Master Aldrich had decided to act against you, he's already lectured me on this. And I did this for him. This was for him, not me, not ultimately. I put myself in danger for him. And I would and will do it again if it's needed. I have a feeling that it will be, especially with what he's just told me. Gods, I fold my arms and narrow my eyes back at him. You just said you're going to do what got your father killed. That is reckless. Can't it wait? Can't you not do it at all? Not at least until you, figure out what to do about your mother and Master Aldrich? I'm overstepping again. I know it. I hear it in my words and see it as his face twists further. But the anger I'm seeing now seems less directed at me. He looks past me, in the direction of his mother's chambers, as if he can glare a hole through the wall. His jaw works. I've already set this in motion, and I'm not inclined to stop. That would be letting them have their way. That would be wasting my father's death. But it could waste your life to do it now. Please, Torvin. He flinches when I say his name, and I draw up short. Swallow hard. But I can't back down. Gods, he can't do this now. Not now. Not until he's safer, much safer, from his most immediate enemies. Please, call it off for today. Let it be another day. I step closer, hands out, pleading. He pushes off from his desk, catches my hands, holds them, and the quickness of it, the surety of it, startles me. A whole body shiver goes through me, and I look up into his eyes, my breaths stuttering in my chest. We're close again. So close. But before, we hadn't been touching. He hadn't been holding my hands. Gods, after all this, and right now, is he going to kiss me again? My lips part. Heat shooting from my center up my spine, down to my toes. And his look down at me is pure, angry smolder. It's all I can do to keep standing. Valterre said he loves me. Valterre said he loves me. Can I tell him now? Can I possibly tell him and interrupt this look? Come with me to the council meeting, he says, and his voice is rough, his eyes flicking between mine. Court mages and mage candidates have the right to watch all council meetings. So come. Watch for anything amiss. My mother will be there too. She always goes. And Master Aldrich, I'm sure. They will both be getting word of the meeting about now. I grip his hands back, tightly. His mind is made, that's plain enough. He has no interest at all in hearing my fears. Or maybe just no interest in hearing his own. I wet my lips, and his gaze draws there. But I say, you have the willpower of a king. You do, Torvin. You have the will. His eyes flit back up to mine. That hope, that hunger there again. It's less a lust now, though. It's a need for reassurance, a need to be seen. If he's set on this course, I can't stop him. And maybe I don't want to. He has purpose in his eyes. He has a confidence I haven't seen before, a knowing of who he is and what he wants. I don't dare crush that. Yes, I say. I'll come, and after, I'll help however you need with your mother and Master Aldrich. And maybe those arrests, that very real problem, can't happen before. It might disrupt everything he's working toward, to arrest 2 of the major players in the palace right before this meeting happens. It would take the focus off of what he needs to do. It would scare the nobility into inaction. I know. I am the daughter of a queen, and the son of my own will. My illusion isn't real right now. It's only an illusion. If he kisses me now, it will be my lips as Irava, beneath the woven illusion. And as fiercely as I needed to be Caleb a few moments ago, I just as fiercely want this now. I want it with a need that curls down again to my toes, shooting back up to my center like lightning. I drop my illusion, and he sucks in a breath. I can feel his pulse, rapid and strong, through our held hands. "What is your name?" he asks. Everything in me wants to tell him. Everything in me equally wants to run. But I know I can't distract him now. And maybe that's an excuse. Maybe I'm stalling again. But it's the right move. I know that. "I'll be there," I say, and pull my illusion back around myself again. He takes another breath, face closing, and I hate myself for that. But I reach out, touch his stubble-roughened cheek, and he stills, leans, for just a moment, into the touch, then sighs and closes off further. He gives me a bitter smile, and it almost breaks me. "Thank you," he says. "Now I must prepare for this meeting. Will you stay here? Will you watch for me?" He knows the danger he's in. And after this moment just now, I have no illusions that it won't be awkward as hell to stay. "I would send you to my sister," he says, "but I know right now I'm drawing the danger. She is safer away from me, and I need you here." My throat is tight again as I nod. He asked me. He trusts me with his life. Awkward or not, of course I'll stay. And it's on my tongue again to tell him who I am. But after. It has to be after. After this meeting. After we expose and take down his mother and Master Aldrich. And that might be hours or days later. I don't know. But I can't afford, he can't afford, to not trust me right now. As much as he trusts me now, in any case, which I don't deserve. But Valtaire said he loves me, and I think I love him too. So I settle into a chair in his study and watch around us with my weaver's senses until it's time. Time for him to make his stand as the king of Barella.